Markets have been on a roller coaster ride since the beginning of the war, since the beginning of the year, and the war in Ukraine has broken out. It's probably causing a lot of stress for investors right now. Our 9 News financial expert Bruce Allen with Bruce G. Allen Investments joins us live in studio to talk about what investors should be doing. So nice to have you in person.
You as well.
We were just talking about that. All right. So, I mean, obviously the market's up and down. It has been a roller coaster. What should investors know right now? I
think the most dramatic moves that we've seen have been in the commodity markets. So, for example, this year, the diverse index of commodities called the Bloomberg Commodity Index, stuff that we use in our daily lives, is up almost 30%. And that's been driven by one of the big factors is crude oil. Crude oil started the year at $75 a barrel. It's over $114 a barrel. Commodities are really volatile, but a little bit of exposure can go a long way. So talking to financial advisors, investors might consider taking a look at this asset class because it can help protect investors in these inflationary times. But again, I want to stress, one, you want to talk to your advisor, and two, it's like salt in a stew. A little bit goes a long way.
Right.
A sprinkle, not a dollop.
Okay. So as you were saying, the Federal Reserve very concerned about the commodity markets rising and adding to another inflation pressures in the economy. What is happening in the bond market, and what steps can investors take right now?
We've seen extraordinary moves in the bond market this year. We've seen interest rates, both short-term and long-term, go up. So the Federal Reserve is going to raise short-term rates, and that's impacted long-term rates. And as rates go up, the value of bonds decline. We've had the worst bond market since probably ever. The bond market index is down about 6% plus, and the long-term 10-year Treasury bonds gone from 1.5% to 2.3%. And as rates rise, bonds decline. So in this environment of rising interest rates, investors can do probably three things. One, keep their maturity short, be in short-term, intermediate-term bonds. That'll help. Be in safe bonds. And number three, look at floating rate and sometimes premium bonds as well. But these are, again, sophisticated strategies. Investors can help protect themselves in this period of rising interest rates.
So talking about bonds, we have to talk about stocks.
Yes.
How is that being affected?
Yeah, the dots go. Inflation goes to the bond market, which is impacting the stock market. This year, it's been a question of who's lost the least. And this year, those dividend-paying blue chips, the big index called the Russell 1000 Value, if you have a big dividend and you're an inexpensive stock, those stocks are down 1.7%. The big growth stocks, the Apples and some of the big names that people have been really loving over the last several years, those are getting hit harder. And as rates rise, that's been harder on the growth stocks than it is on the dividend-paying value stocks. So as people are addressing this, as they talk to their financial advisor, ask what she thinks. How do you maybe get a little more defensive in the portfolio right now or going forward? That may help a lot.
I know I hear a lot of people saying, well, the stocks are down, now's the time to buy. Is that recommended right now?
Well, I think there's a couple things. It depends on people's situation. Obviously, everybody's different and unique. But I think that there are definitely going to be some good opportunities as we've gone through this environment. There's been some excellent opportunities, but also proceeding with some caution. I mean, we're in the middle of a significant conflict. So having a plan, staying with the plan, those kinds of things can help people get through these kinds of environments. So number one. Number two, these geopolitical crises, Corey, they have been short-term and they typically have been good opportunities. But that's history, and whether that repeats itself or not is going to be something we look forward to.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like you were saying, with the war, you don't know what's going to happen. We're seeing prices on everything. I mean, look at gas up, but it all depends on each individual person. You're saying just talk to your financial advisor about it. What's right for you may not be right for someone else. Bruce Allen, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.